Hey everybody. So those of you that know me, hey, we're going to be on YouTube now, and we'll also be doing some podcasts on Spotify eventually. But for those of you that don't know me, my name is Austin Brewer, and I am the owner of Cowboy Security LLC here in Green River, Wyoming. We are a um, mobile locksmith service, and we specialize in residential and commercial. We do automotive lockouts and like some safes. I'd say like lockbox kind of safes, but we do service the entire state of Wyoming. We are licensed for the whole state, so we will go outside of our county, outside of our town, and help you out, hopefully. Um, so this is just going to be an introduction kind of thing of kind of who I am and kind of who the business is and what we do and the services that we offer and provide. I'll go over like our pricing, um, other services or whatever, and kind of just, what we do. And hopefully, in doing this, we can provide. Eventually, I want to do like videos and like show people like how to do certain things. And I mean, I know there's already hundreds of thousands of videos out there that do that, but we want to do it and be able to provide it for our community. And that way, we can show that, hey, we're here. We're not far from you, all you Wyoming people. And we're here for you. So, yeah. And just to kind of help get the business name out there, too. So, but anyways, so our services and the pricing. In locksmithing, you've got 4 different kinds of locksmithing categories per se. You've got residential, you've got commercial, you've got automotive, and you've got safes. We specialize in residential. We do some commercial stuff. We do automotive lockouts and safes, just like the lockbox kind of thing, the small ghetto, they're like usually between $30 to $100 kind of thing. I know Century Safe makes a lot of them. Good little lock boxes of like certain things, whatever. But if you're like storing like, um, you know, important documents or firearms or whatever, you don't want to put those in there really, because they're not rated for the most part, the cheap ones. But yeah, so residential commercial services, we do key copies, key impressioning, master key, master lock systems, lockouts, lock replacements, lock cut, lock drill, rekeying. So key copy, we're gonna take we're gonna take your key and we're gonna make a copy of it, and that's usually, I charge between $5 to $10. It depends on the key. If it's your basic home key, it's $5. We start getting into like tubular keys and stuff like that. Charge about $10. Like decorated fancy keys, whatever, it's about $7. So yeah, for key copies, I mean, pretty quick, easy, self-explanatory. Key impressioning, if you've got a lock that doesn't have a key, we can make a key for it. It's easier if I can take the lock with me, just because there is a process in it, and sometimes it could take me up to a day to do it. So if I can take it with me, I don't have to worry about sitting at your home or your business all day long. And get that done and taken care of. And then that usually runs about $120. If we can't take the lock, we can do it there. Just know that we're probably going to be there for quite a while. It's a process, so. And then let's see, key impression, lockouts. If you're locked out of your home or your business, $70 usually. For commercial, I do charge a little bit more for all my services, just so you guys know. And it's only like $10, $20 maybe extra that I'll charge for commercial. Not too much, so. But yeah, about $70, and that's pretty much all the way around. I don't really go up from that on lockout stuff. Unless there's some other issues that we perceive, and we might charge a little more, or add some kind of other service or whatever if there's issues to get it unlocked. Lock replacements. We're going to take your old lock. We're going to put a new lock on. Pretty easy to explain. That usually runs about $50 to $300. It depends on the kind of lock. Basic home lock, $50. You start getting to like smart key stuff, you're looking in the hundreds. Lock cutting, lock drilling. We're going to cut the lock or we're going to drill the lock. I usually charge between $50 to $200. It just depends on the kind of lock it is. But for the most of the stuff that we deal with, I never really charged over $50. So, and then master lock system. So we'll set it up where we're going to rekey all your locks in a way so that key A can open every single door, but key B only opens up specific doors. So that runs about $120, just because it's a process and it can take some time. And yeah, so. And then rekeying, we're going to take your lock and we're going to change the pins out so that we can use a different key. It's really good for like landlords. If you got a tenant that decides to leave and they don't give the key back or whatever, we can come in and rekey your lock. That usually runs $50 to $100 for the most part. But it is cheaper than doing a lock replacement for the most part. Well, let me rephrase on that. Rekeying's more like I've never really charged too much for it, but about $80 is probably most I'd ever do on a rekey, and I will go as low as like $30 on a rekey. Just if it's a super easy basic one, I'll do like $30 really. And that's another thing too. Like if you're nice to me during the whole process, I mean that's from calling me to hire me, to when I'm working on the job, to when I get done, and even after I'm done. So as long as you're nice, you're respectful, and things go smoothly, you're not trying to pick a fight with me or anything, or I will usually I'll give you a discount and I'll take some money off. So just so you guys know. So as far as residential, commercial, that's about it. Automotive, like I said, we do automotive lockouts. That's the only thing we do for automotive right now. Eventually, I will get a key programmer and we'll provide that service as well. But for now, it's just automotive lockouts, and I charge different prices for depending on the vehicle. So if it's a car, it's going to start at like $50. If it's an SUV, $60, a truck, $70. There are vehicles out there that I will not touch. If you have a Tesla, I'm not touching it. It's because I don't want to. So, if it's a super expensive vehicle, I might attempt it, but I don't know. Just because I'm probably not insured for that. So if it's a very expensive vehicle, I'm probably not going to touch it. Just because I don't want to risk anything. I've never broke anything when I've done a vehicle lockout. I don't want it to be that time when it just happens to be on a very expensive vehicle. So I choose to tend to say no on those. So I mean, I'll give it a shot, and if you're like, hey, I don't care if anything breaks or whatever, like, just get me in my vehicle. Cool. If I got your permission, we can sign a contract if we got to. And that goes with any service too. Like if a contract is needed, I can get a contract, for like agreement services, agreement on services and pricing and policies and everything. For the most part, I usually don't have to do that because everyone's pretty chill with everything, and I've never had really any issues. But if I have to, I will get a service agreement and make customers sign it. So, safes, like I said, we just do like the small little. It's like if it's like a basic lockbox kind of thing, we'll do those. We can pick them usually, or if we got it, we can drill it out. So, and then like our other services, kind of like what I mentioned. So, our service fee, I do have a $20 service fee. So that's service fee, consultation fee, whatever you want to call it. 20 bucks. Okay. And yes, you have to pay that no matter what. If I come in and I'm taking a look around, seeing what needs to be done, I'm giving you an estimate, yada, yada, yada. Even if I actually don't get hired to do anything, you still need to pay the $20. It's a service fee. We took our time to come help you out, take a look to see what needs to be done, kind of thing. So, that's time away from us. So 20 bucks, like that's not bad at all. Mileage, I do charge mileage. So if you're outside of Green River, Wyoming, I will charge mileage. And that's the second you're out of Green River. So if you're a mile out of Green River, I only charge $2 a mile. Okay. And yes, it is round trip. So if you're 15 miles out, that means I have to drive 15 miles out and I have to drive 15 miles back in. So that's a total of 30 miles. So the cost would be 60 bucks. If you're 50 miles out, I have to drive 50 miles out. I have to drive 50 miles back. So that's 100 miles. So that's going to be $200 in mileage. Okay. And that's just wear and tear on my vehicle. You're using up gas. Gas ain't cheap either. Like, I don't care what anybody says. Gas ain't cheap. And then as far as like other services, whatever, besides like our service fee, or I should say additional services, like our service fee and the mileage, on automotive vehicles, if your vehicle is tinted or lifted, I do charge an extra $50, and that's just there's extra steps I got to do. I have to have an extra person there, or I have to use a ladder. It's frustrating and it's annoying. So, I mean, if it's slightly tinted, it's not a big deal. If I can see inside, it's fine. But if I cannot see inside and I have to have someone else to look through a windshield to guide me to unlock the vehicle, then yes, I'm charging an extra $50. And then on top of that, like our off-hour services. So our hours in general are 8 to 6, Monday through Friday. So 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., or as I like to say, 0800 to 1800. And then Saturdays, it's 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. or 1000 hours to 1500 hours. I do military time. So, and you'll see if I ever send you invoice or a text on anything, I'm probably going to send it military time. It's just how I am. It's easier for me to process in my head. Anyways, hours, we're closed on Sundays. We're closed on Easter, 4th of July, Thanksgiving, Christmas Day. Okay. We are open Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. Just because I don't consider those like very important holidays, whatever. But we're only open our weekend hours. So it's the 10 to 3. For off-hour services, anytime from closing till 2200 hours or 10 p.m., it's an extra 50 bucks. And then from 10 p.m. till an hour before opening, it's an extra $100. Sunday's an extra $100, and then all our closed holidays, it's an extra $100. How is that? Yeah. So donations, deals, discounts. I forgot to go over that. So we have what's called a survivor discount. That's for military personnel and elders or senior citizens. you have to be military or an elder. If you're not, you don't get the survivor discount. It's 10% off. I know I'm lame like everybody else. You know, we don't give great discounts. But like I said too, like if you're nice and things go smoothly and I'm feeling super generous, like I'll take extra money off. Like I'm that kind of person. So, and I like to try and help people out. I also try to do like monthly um, discounts, deals, promos, whatever you want to call it. And so it changes all the time. So like right now, up until October 15th, we're doing 15% off all our services. And 20% of our funds, and this started back at the beginning of September, 20% of our funds are being donated to a friend of mine. She's been a big supporter since before I started. She was like the first person I told I was going to start the business up. She's supported me. She's motivated me to get it going. But she had some surgery, and so as a thank you to her and appreciation to her, we're donating 20% of our funds to her medical bills. And if you guys want to just donate, you can reach out and I'll send you the information on how you can donate. But yeah, so I think that's about it, that I went over everything. We'll go over more stuff eventually in other videos. You guys can always reach out and ask questions. You can call us at 307-466-1215. You can even text that number. You can email us at cowboysecure307@gmail.com. Yeah, we also have a Yelp page. It's Cowboy Security LLC. It's the one with the black background with our logo, the padlock with the cowboy sitting inside. It says Cowboy Security right on it. But it's the one with the black background, not the white background. The white background, I lost the login info and can't get back in. And it's also got wrong information on there. So, yeah. Yelp. And we've got Facebook. We've got Instagram. Also, go follow the Facebook page. I don't really do the Instagram thing. I just have it. Sometimes I'll post on there, but mainly Facebook. And I really want to start doing the YouTube thing. So yeah, like, follow, share, subscribe, comment. Comment some questions. If you guys throw some questions on here, when we start doing like live or like our next video, whether it's just a video or it's a live or whatever, we'll go through and we'll answer questions and stuff. And I'd love to do Q&A stuff with you guys. So that'd be awesome. And hopefully the next video, you guys will get to meet my apprentice, and we'll introduce him. We've tried to do a couple videos, but it kept crashing and didn't want to work out. So hopefully this one works and gets through. So, and gets posted onto YouTube. So, yeah, I think that's everything. And if you guys want to book your own appointments, you can go to cowboysecurityllc.square.site. That's our website. It's got all our services on there. You can look at the pricing. You can look at what we offer, and book your own appointment if you want. So, yeah, go check it out. Anyways, I hope y'all have a good one and take care.